Hey everyone, ready for another deep dive? This time, we're going to help you unlock a superpower.
That's right. We're talking negotiation. And no, it's not just for like those big-time CEOs.
Yeah, this is for everyone. And, we're lucky enough to have Rodrigo Soria Cabral's ebook to guide us.
8 negotiation skills anyone can learn.
Exactly. And it's awesome because Cabral really emphasizes how negotiation is a skill you can use every single day.
It's true. We negotiate more than we even realize.
Right, like deciding where to grab dinner with friends. Or, obviously landing a job offer.
Those are big ones. But even little things,
Totally. So investing in this ebook is really an investment in yourself.
100%. The return on that investment could be huge, from boosting your salary to just feeling more confident.
Okay, so let's get into it. One of the first things Cabral talks about is preparation. You can't just wing it.
Definitely not. Think about, you wouldn't walk into a job interview without practicing, right?
Oh, absolutely not.
Negotiation is the same deal. You got to know what you want, what the other person might want, and have a plan.
Makes sense. And this is where knowing your BTNA and WATCANA comes in handy. Can you break those down?
Sure. Your BINA is your best alternative to a negotiated agreement, basically your plan B. And your WATANA is the worst alternative, so the worst possible outcome.
Got it. So if you're negotiating a job offer, your BINA might be another offer you have. That gives you some leverage, right?
Absolutely. It shows you're not desperate, you have options. And knowing your WATANA helps you set boundaries so you don't take a bad deal out of fear.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. It's like having a safety net and a map at the same time.
Exactly.
Another principle I loved in the ebook is never give, always trade.
Oh yeah, that's gold. It's all about reciprocity. You shouldn't just be giving things away for free.
Right, instead of just offering a discount, you offer it in exchange for a longer contract. Maybe.
Right. Or if someone wants a rush order, you could trade that for a slightly higher price.
Smart. It keeps things fair and prevents you from feeling taken advantage of.
Exactly. Now, another key point Cabral highlights is information, it's your weapon.
So true. The more you know, the better your position.
Right. Ask strategic questions, try to figure out what the other person's priorities are, what their pain points might be, even their BATNA if you can.
It's like you're putting a puzzle together. The more pieces you have, the clearer the picture becomes.
And once you have that clear picture, you can tailor your arguments to really hit home.
Cabral also had some really interesting advice about expressing emotions.
Yes. Now, it's not about getting overly emotional, but using emotions strategically.
So, instead of saying you're being unreasonable, you might try saying, I'm feeling a bit concerned we haven't made more progress.
There you go. You're being assertive, but not aggressive. You're helping the other person understand where you're coming from.
Okay, I like that. It's about speaking the language of empathy. Now, this might seem counterintuitive, but Cabral also talks about the importance of patience.
It can be tempting to just want to get it over with, but rushing leads to bad decisions. Think of negotiation like a marathon, not a sprint.
That's a great analogy. He talks about resisting that urge to rush, focusing on the process and managing your emotions.
And by taking your time, you'd gather more information, explore different options, and make more informed decisions in the end. It's being strategic, not impulsive. And something else that can really trip people up? Cultural differences.
Oh, for sure. You can't just use the same approach with everyone from everywhere, can you?
Nope. That's why this ebook is so valuable. Cabral really dives into how communication styles are different, how decisions are made.
Yeah, even how different cultures view time.
It's like a crash course in cultural sensitivity for negotiating.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that could be make or break in a deal for sure.
Yeah.
Shows you're adaptable, not just skilled.
Totally. And that opens doors. Speaking of which, we got to talk about ethics. Cabral really emphasizes that,
It's so important. It's not about winning at all costs, right?
Right. It's about being fair, honest.
Having integrity throughout the process.
And that builds your reputation, which is super valuable long term.
It's playing the long game, finding solutions that work for everyone.
Exactly. Now, one of the coolest parts of the ebook is where he gets into specific tactics. Some good, some not so much.
Ooh, yeah, he's giving away secrets from a negotiation playbook.
He covers it all. Anchoring, lowballing, even good cop, bad cop.
Knowing those tactics, being able to counter them, that's huge.
It's like you can read the other person's mind, predict their next move.
Gives you a sense of control.
For sure. And Cabral doesn't stop there. He dives into the psychology behind it all, too.
Oh, yeah, he talks about those cognitive biases, things that trip us all up without us even realizing.
Stuff like anchoring, confirmation bias. It's wild how much they can affect our choices.
It's like these invisible forces shaping how we think.
But once you're aware of them, you can avoid the traps and even use them strategically.
Now, we can't forget emotions. They can really make or break a negotiation.
Definitely. Cabral gives you strategies for recognizing and managing emotions, both your own and the other person's.
So it's about staying calm, reading those nonverbal cues, being empathetic.
You become like an emotional intelligence ninja. It's cool.
Right. Now, Cabral talks about some of those not-so-nice tactics, but he ultimately encourages a principled approach. You know, using your skills for good,
Win-win solutions.
building those relationships and making things better for everyone involved.
Absolutely. And that brings us back to the core message. This stuff is for everyone, not just CEOs or negotiators.
Anyone can benefit from this, whether you're talking salary, buying a car.
Even just figuring out where to go on vacation with your partner.
And it all comes back to investing in yourself.
Exactly. Like you invest in your education, your health.
Why not your negotiation skills?
Yeah.
They're just as important, if not more.
This ebook is the perfect starting point. It's practical, comprehensive.
Even entertaining. Honestly, for the price, it's a steal.
It could change your whole approach to getting what you want in life.
So, are you ready to unlock your negotiation superpower?
Ready to level up and get what you deserve.
Grab a copy of 8 Negotiation Skills Anyone Can Learn.
Time to invest in your future. Seriously, you won't regret it.
Okay, before we wrap things up, I'm curious. What really stood out to you from this ebook? What clicked?
You know, for me, it's got to be that focus on mindset. Cabral doesn't just give you those tactics. He helps you build that confidence. You need that patience, that ethical framework to really succeed in the long run, you know?
I totally agree. And honestly, I loved all those real-life examples he uses.
Oh, they're so helpful. They make everything so much clearer. Like, you can actually see how to use these principles.
Right. It's like having a little mini negotiation masterclass right there on the page. And speaking of masterclasses, this ebook really is like having a personal coach right there in your pocket.
It breaks everything down step by step, so even if you've never negotiated anything in your life, you can still get it.
Okay, so for our listeners who are ready to jump in, what are some key takeaways they can start using, like right now?
Well, first things first. Grab a copy of 8 Negotiation Skills Anyone Can Learn. It's a tiny investment that can make a huge difference in your life. Seriously, think of it as a down payment on your future success.
Absolutely. And start practicing those skills every chance you get. Doesn't matter how big or small the situation is.
Ask for that discount at the store. Try to get a better rate on something. Even just practice with friends and family to get comfortable.
Yeah, that's a good idea. The more you use these skills, the better you'll get at them.
Exactly. It's like a muscle you got to work out.
Right.
And one last thing. Remember, it's not about being ruthless or manipulative.
Right. Negotiation is about finding solutions where everyone wins.
It's about building relationships and, using those skills to make things better for everyone involved.
Perfectly said.
Yeah.
Now, as we say goodbye, I want to leave you with a question. What are you negotiating right now in your own life? Maybe it's a job offer, or maybe it's something with a loved one.
Whatever it is, think about what we talked about today. Remember those principles. Try those techniques. You've got the power to create a more successful and fulfilling life just by using your negotiation skills.
Couldn't agree more. We're rooting for you. And until next time, happy negotiating.
Yeah.
Go get what you deserve.